Happy Cinco de Mayo, Washington Commanders Nation. Today, just wanted to get a quick video out about something I hold near and dear to my heart. Jersey number selections. The rookie class and all of Washington's free agents have selected their numbers. Forewarning, if you're like my buddy Chris Bryant of the Hog Farmers, who likes to buy every jersey when numbers come out, these numbers are subject to change after roster cuts and after a year into their career, or even later for some guys. But let's talk about the rookie class and free agent jersey number selections. Let's get at it. What it do? Let's get off another good week of Washington Commanders news. We knew the numbers were coming this week. One, because phase one of OTAs has been completed already. Two, because the rookies come in for rookie minicamp this week. So guys selected their numbers, and they finally released the numbers of all the free agents, because they usually do that a couple weeks after those guys sign. The only one we really knew was Tunzel. Is Tunzel in 78 and Debo in number 1. But here we go. These are Washington's rookie numbers, and they put out a little graphic for both. So they put some jersey swaps for the rookies, which is fire, and they did a bunch of jersey graphics for the free agents. Let's go in order of draft pick. Let's start with our first round pick, Josh Conerly Jr. As long as it was something in the 70s, we're cool. 72 is a good number. That is the number of Dexter Manley, Redskins legend Charles Leno Jr. Just kidding, but shout out to the Lenos. Far from a legend, no. But that's an elite tackle number. I like it. And the prime real estate numbers have been taken already. 71's being worn by Wiley. 78's being worn by Tunzel, and the number Josh Conerly Jr. wore in college, number 76, is taken by our guard, who we extended last year, Mr. Sam Cosmi. Moving on to our second round pick, Trey Amos in the number 2-3, like Jordan, like Braun, like D. Hall, like Marshawn Lattimore, like Washington Redskins legend Quentin Dunbar. Shout out to Quentin Dunbar. Don't invite him to your family cookout, though. If you know, you know. Crazy story with him and DeAndre Baker, by the way. I don't know how all that ended up turning out, but their careers both went to hell after that situation. But 23 looks great on our guy. Marshawn Lattimore, for those who did not know or are not hip yet, is going back to his college number 2. Single digit, baby. Single digit for Mikey in number 0. Single digit for Marshawn in number 2. But 23 for Trey Amos. I think it's a good one. He wore number 9 in college. You know, number 9 has been retired a few years back from the legend, probably the best quarterback in the history of this franchise, Sonny Jurgensen. So he was never going to touch number 9. I like 23. That's a cornerbacky ass number, man. D Hall put in some time wearing 23 for this team, man. Shout out to Trey Amos picking number 23. The most interesting number that I see here on this list is the wide receiver / punt returner, speed demon, fastest player on the team. He picked number 83. Terry wore number 83 in college. A lot of receivers used to wear number 83 back in the day. I believe Ricky Sanders wore 83. If I'm wrong, correct me. Albert Connell, my game day in Madden way back in the day legend. But 83 in 2025 for a wide receiver looks dated. So this tells me that Jalen Lane has sentimental value in number 83, or he just likes the number. He's been wearing it since high school. I believe he went to Clover High School in South Carolina, wore 83. Wore 83 at Virginia Tech, and he also selectively wore that number 25 because, you know, Virginia Tech has that tradition where certain captains and certain players throw on number 25 for whatever reason. If you know, let me know in the comments. You know, I follow Virginia Tech, but not that closely. So 83 for Jalen Lane, easily the most interesting of the numbers so far. 83 is giving hella special teams player, but as long as the boy balls out, I'm cool with it, man. Oh, and for those of you fans who are about to give me in the comments, I don't care what numbers they wear. Hey, listen, man, I played sports from 5 years old to 18 years old. When you come from a certain culture, when you're an athlete, numbers matter. Hashtag numbers matter. On-field drip, swag, all that shit. If that's not the culture and that's not what you come from, that's cool. Turn the video off and watch somebody else's shit because numbers matter over here and you're going to get a whole video about it. So we got 72 for Josh Connolly Jr. We got 23 for Trey Amos and 83 for Jalen Lane. Wore it in high school, college, and now the NFL. That number's not changing. He's going to stick with that. For all the traditionalists and wide receiver purists of I miss wide receivers being an 80s number, you're going to love a guy like Jalen Lane. And to be honest, I think I would prefer Jalen Lane in 83 rather than Matthew Golden wearing like 22 for the Green Bay Packers. Don't wear a number in the 20s as a receiver. Sky Moore head ass boy. Kane Medrano, linebacker we took in the 6th round, is wearing number 56, which tells me there are no thoughts of him playing safety. That is a linebacker / special teams player. He is faster Michael Walker from years past, and if he was a safety, he'd be in a different number. Interesting that nobody chose number 6. Dante Fowler's number 6 is available after he moved on to go back to the Dallas Cowboys, and I don't see a free agent or rookie taking that number. And to close out our draft class, number 32 to JCM, a.k.a. Bill Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. 32, I know it gives Samaje Perine. It gives short yardage ass running back. It don't give speed. It don't give finesse. But I think JCM doesn't look bad in 32 because he actually fills out the uniform. You know, he's got more girth. He's got more oomph to his size. Like Travion Henderson looks weird in 32 because a finesse back, a small scat back, third down back size person should not be wearing this powerful number. 32 is a powerful ass number. You think of big brolic Super Saiyan body motherfuckers like Maurice Jones-Drew when you think about number 32. You don't think of little body running backs like Travion Henderson. So I will say JCM looks solid in 32 because he fills out the uniform. But at the end of the day, a number could open up. And after final cuts go out, you could see a different number. But honestly, as a 7th round pick, I want him more concerned with finding ways to steal carries from guys than to get a number. But, you know, that number 8 will be open a year from now when B-Rob not in here. 6 is still open. Maybe he could reconsider that by the end of training camp. And somebody could get cut with a better number. But for now, these are your final numbers. 72 for Josh Connolly Jr., 23 for Trey Amos, 83 for Jalen Lane, 56 for Kane Medrano, and 32 for our 7th round running back, Mr. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, aka Bill. Let's go to the free agents ones because these ones they get a little. The conversations get a little more interesting when we go here. First of all, I like that we're doing graphics. Look at us putting together little graphics for guys' jerseys and shit. Let's start with Will Harris, our starting safety opposite Quan Martin. He is a starter, so he's a starter and he's a skill position player. So he does check a couple of my boxes for, is he allowed to wear a single digit on my football team? I think you got to kind of earn a single digit, but this is going to be a starter and dare I say impact player for this defense. He's supposed to be new Jeremy Chin over here. Not mad at it at all. Michael Gallup takes number 12, which was last year worn by Luke McCaffrey. Luke McCaffrey changed his number this year, if y'all not familiar yet. Luke McCaffrey changed to number 11. So he moved on from number 12 to number 11. Maybe he gets some new juju. Josh Johnson, a guy that's worn about 85% of the jerseys in the NFL. He's played with us as a Redskin before. He's back as a Commander, as our 3rd string emergency quarterback. This year's what was the fucking quarterback we had last year? Jeff Driscoll. He's this year's Jeff Driscoll, you know? Matt Gay, number 16. Glad he didn't take a single digit. I would like him to be in the 40s, like Zane Gonzalez rocking Chris Cooley's old number, but I'm not mad at him taking 16, but maybe a skill player could come along and take that number from him at some point. Matt Gay is rocking number 16. Let's move to the next row of it. Jonathan Jones stays in the 31 that he wore in New England, which makes a ton of sense. Have y'all seen Jonathan Jones before? Jonathan Jones looks like a Nintendo Wii character. Like, he doesn't look like a real life person. He looks like a claymation. His waves look a little artificial. But shout out to Jonathan Jones, though. Shout out to him. He's be rocking number 31 for the team. Javon Kinlaw will be rocking number 52. Linebacker ass number on the inside. He wore number 54 last year for the New York Jets. Javon Kinlaw is going to be the impact signing of this group. I know we signed a lot of solid guys. We signed a lot of high floor, low ceiling guys. Javon Kinlaw at 27 being somebody that Adam Peters scouted thoroughly and drafted in San Francisco. I think there's a plan for Javon Kinlaw to be unleashed in this defense. 52 is going to look odd on that front, but as long as he's earning and deserving of that $45 million over 3-year contract, I think Kinlaw is going to surprise a lot of people here. Nate Herbig rocking 53. Don't mind it. Offensive lineman, depth offensive lineman, don't really care what numbers they're wearing. Jacob Martin is continuing to wear the 55 that he wore in Chicago. Dietrich Wise Jr. is wearing 91. One day, somewhere down yonder, we need to retire 91 because our sack master and leader of sacks in our franchise's history and one of our coaches right now, Ryan Kerrigan, wore 91. At some point down the line, that number needs to be retired. It was last worn by, I believe, John Ridgway. I believe Carl Davis or somebody wore 91 last year, and John Ridgway wore it before that. We got to stop letting depth end of the roster niggas wear number 91. Dietrich Wise is going to be our starting edge opposite Dorrance Armstrong. I'm not mad at it. That's a solid-ass football player. And Foster Sorrell is wearing 79. So to give you a quick summary of everything, number 6 is the only single digit available for this team. Number 0 is Mikey Sanders still. Number 1 is Deebo Samuel. Number 2 is Marshawn Lattimore. Number 3 is Will Harris. 4 is Frankie Louvu. 5, you already know who that is. 6 is vacant. That is our only vacant single digit. 7 cannot be touched because it will never be touched again, and they plan on retiring Theismann's jersey in the next couple seasons. 8 is Brian Keith Robinson Jr. Number 9 has been retired because of Sonny Jurgensen. And that is it as far as single digits. And number 10 is Tressway, our punter. Nobody's touching that till he gets up out of here. But that's just a summary of the numbers guys are wearing. I ain't going to hold y'all all day. I just wanted to put this information out there because if you're like me, you're one of those sicko fans who cares about every last detail of the organization. Jersey numbers matter. And I will give you an update once cuts are made if guys start to change their numbers again. Our rookies once again picked out their numbers. More importantly, their numbers, because they start rookie mini camp this week. They're going to be in the building working out over the weekend. We're going to have updates all week. I will be live in about 2 hours from now at 1:05. We're going to be talking about extending Laramie Tunzel, Terry McLaurin, the draft coming to DC, more details emerging about the new stadium and anything else y'all want to kick it with about. And I think my boy D Will is going to be coming on with me, but that's all I got for right now. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Let me know what you think of the numbers below. Talk soon.